few groceries from the store cost $70 when people are paying anywhere from...
The UK is preparing for a new cost of living crisis, and I don't know about you, but the moment I saw that, I just thought, how can there be a new one when we're still in the middle of the old one?
Utilities is around $1,500. If you have a car, a $12,000 to $15,000 used car is still going to run you $400 a month. Car insurance and gas is another $300. Student loan payment $500. You're going to have groceries for $500.
There's something very scary that is happening in America, the UK, and across the entire world. From first world countries to third world countries, the cost of living crisis, I don't think anyone is able to escape it. It is a very sad state of affairs, seeing grocery prices increase exponentially. Gas, rent, mortgages. It's just a worldwide phenomenon. All the previous generations, Gen Z is going through it as well. Gen Z especially is going through it. Millennials are going through it. And in this video, we're going to dive into people's thoughts, people that are airing their grievances, and rightfully so, venting on social media to let people know there needs to be a change. And I completely agree. If you're new to the channel and want more content like this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're going to be diving into these issues and also trying to figure out with this community that we build, how do we find solutions to these problems that is facing everyone. So let's begin.
It's not the overspending, it's the cost of living. Here is a breakdown of the average Gen Z and millennials cost of living in today's world. So number one is rent. Everyone knows that Gen Z and millennials have to have a roommate. So splitting a 2-bedroom apartment with utilities is around $1,500. If you have a car, a $12,000 to $15,000 used car is still going to run you $400 a month. Car insurance and gas is another $300. Student loan payment $500. You're going to have groceries for $500.
Grocery costs is what's, groceries and gas prices have increased so much compared to like the past. As far as financial stability goes, it's a very difficult time to build wealth. And especially when it comes to social media, you're thinking to yourself, you see all the great days, people on social media living the most lavish lifestyles, but a lot of that is fake, which also makes people put even more pressure on themselves, right? When in my opinion, they should just practice patience and at least educate themselves.
You're going to have personal care, doctor's appointments, hair, gym about $150, and then cell phone and miscellaneous $150. That's $3,500 a month, which is baseline. Do you know how much $3,500 a month is? $70,000 a year, or $34 an hour. Because after you take out taxes, put $300 for health insurance, and do a healthy $500 401k contribution, that leaves you with $3,500. This is no fun, no savings, no maintenance, no clothes, no kids, no traveling, no vacations, no bachelor party.
This is without, all the fun that comes with it, right? As he said, this is without the vacations, the parties, etc. Something you could say as well, you could just complain about it, or you could do something about it. You could realize that the system is pretty much rigged. I look at stocks, I look at crypto. I have a crypto channel that I make crypto content. You could sit and mope about it, or you could try to do something about it. But even so, I completely agree. Nowadays, it really feels like you just are living to survive, basically, right? This is why so many Americans, so many people worldwide are living paycheck to paycheck.
No weddings, no funerals, no clothes, no school supplies, nothing. And this is paycheck to paycheck. And on top of it, they're holding $40,000 of student loan debt, a $15,000 car, and if they ever wanted to buy a house with closing costs and the down payments, another $50,000. So
housing as well, man. Housing prices through the roof.
It's $105,000. So even if they were somehow able to scrounge up after $70,000 of paycheck to paycheck, $5,000 to go to a concert, to have avocado toast, whatever it is, $5,000 a year, it would take them 20 years to pay off this debt and save up for a house.
That is insane. Breaking down the numbers like this, it feels, like I said, it feels devastating. In my opinion, always approach it with a mindset. I also believe in the Lord God Jesus, and he's going to be our ultimate security. The Bible verse, faith without works is dead. For figuring out ways and forming a community, I'm sure there's way more educated people that will potentially watch these videos as I continue to make them, so I can learn from them as well, and we could all share our knowledge, right? As a community.
20 years of living with the roommate where that rent's going up, and they're making $70,000 a year as a college graduate. The average person in this country makes $50,000. It is not the overspending. It is a cost of living crisis.
Let's be realistic. We have to give account. We have to take accountability for all of our actions. And I'm sure there's people that are still overspending, but clearly the system is broken. There's the American dream. A lot of people talk about the American dream being dead. This is not sustainable at all. I have hope. Maybe AI and robotics starts to create a path forward for everyone to have more abundant lifestyles. But even if you look at the stock market, for example, stocks like Micron, AMD, Nvidia, all just raging through the roof, and the average person is priced out, which leads to the saying that the rich get richer. It's difficult, but it's possible to make a change. It's possible to turn things around.
$25 an hour isn't a living wage in 2026. When a few groceries from the store cost $70, when people are paying anywhere from $80 to $200 a week for gas, when the median rent prices are anywhere from $1,500 to $1,700 a month.
When people break down the numbers like this, it's like I said, it's a very scary thing. It's very sad.
Life down the toilet, and you're not even getting anything out of it anymore. A few short years ago, people were able to comfortably get by on $25 an hour. Now it's completely out of the water. People are out here making the most money that they've ever made in their lives, yet they're the brokest they've ever been. It's not bad.
That is also a great point. First video we looked at, this is where it leads to the overspending. There's people that are making way more than they've ever made in the past, but then they overspend. And then that also leads to issues.
Money management, it's an economy that feels impossible. How much longer do we have until we rise up against this corrupt administration, tell them that we're not doing this anymore, because it's not working out for any of us, and I personally believe that us as human beings deserve a better quality of life. And until we can afford healthy food, until we can afford housing, insurance, healthcare, life necessities, there literally is no point in working at all.
So according to this article from The Guardian, the UK is preparing for a new cost of living crisis. And I don't know about you, but the moment I saw that, I just thought, how can there be a new one when we're still in the middle of the old one? For a lot of people, payday isn't really payday anymore. Your money goes in and then within a couple of days, it's gone. Rent or mortgage, bills, food shop, council tax, and then it's straight back into your overdraft. The report says that almost 90% of people are concerned about the cost of living and 80% plan to cut back on their spending in the next 3 months. What is there left to cut back on? People have cut back on driving, they've cut back on their food shops, they've cut back on pretty much everything. This is when debt starts to become dangerous. Putting the weekly shop on your credit card, using buy now, pay later just to buy some clothes for the kids, borrowing money just to survive until next payday. A lot of people who are in debt aren't just stupid or reckless with money. They're just trying to survive in a world where the price of pretty much everything is going up, but wages aren't. If your debt is starting to get impossible to manage, please speak to someone before it gets worse. Even understanding the options available to you can make a massive difference.
Once again, I think this is very devastating stuff. And this isn't just happening in America, it's happening all over the world. But like I said, there's people accomplishing their goals, getting their dream car, their dream house, etc. It's instead of looking for example, governments to assist in you living that comfortable lifestyle that you think you deserve or that you're working towards, you try your best to do something about it. I know it's gonna be hard, I know it's gonna be difficult, I know it's gonna suck. But I just think from my perspective, from the mindset that I have, look at the wealth gap that we see here. Elon Musk, about to be a trillionaire. There's people that are billionaires, trillionaires, multi-millionaires, and if there's people that could achieve that, right, you could also do it as well too. Don't put a limit on your brain. Don't think it's not possible for you to accomplish your goals and your dreams. I think it's possible for everyone to accomplish. You just can't give up. Never give up, right? And you have to figure out, use some AI, talk to Google Gemini. Let me show you guys right here. Just go to Google AI mode and you sit and talk to Google Gemini here. You try to figure out and brainstorm ideas. You put in that work. It's extremely difficult, even with an honest living, to get by. Just try your best to do something about it to make that change. And as long as you try, you could always be proud of yourself that you tried, right? So if you guys want to learn more about what I talked about in this video, whether it's learning about Bitcoin, crypto, altcoins, and stuff like that, take a look at my Patreon. Link to that is in the description. And if you just want to stick around and join me on this journey here, I would truly appreciate it. This is the direction I'm taking this channel, to build a community of people that are learning together and doing everything they can to better themselves. There's always something you can learn from someone else. You don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. There's always something you could learn from someone else. So building that community structure here, I think, will be beneficial for everyone, right? Especially with what we see in the economy today. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate all the support. Remember to always give praise and glory to the Lord God Jesus. Thank God for everything, no matter what you're going through. Keep pushing forward. Keep moving forward. Keep pushing. Don't give up. And I'll catch you in the next one.